Hey everyone, Django Fett here. So it's that time of the year to do these obligatory top lists. So I want to do based on movies, TV shows, and video games. So 3 videos altogether I want to focus on. And this one is just going to be on the top TV shows of 2025 as well as some of the worst ones as well. So this video is dedicated to that. I'll also have a movies one and a video games one, so I'll have separate videos on those. So we're going to start off with TV shows of 2025. My favorite TV shows, it's not in any particular order, but these are the ones that I liked for 2025. And then we'll get into the worst ones and talk about those. The first one is Creature Commandos, made by James Gunn. This one is very much akin to Suicide Squad, but a fun watch. I had no issues with this, and very much hold me over for Peacemaker Season 2, and James Gunn does it again. He does a fantastic job with another TV show, an unknown property, and with the Suicide Squad and Guardians of the Galaxy. He does it with Creature Commandos, which I've never heard about before, but it works once again. I had no issues with this. I hope for a Season 2 of this eventually, but very much liked it. Had no issues with it. Next is Invincible Season 3. The fact that they didn't split this off into one year and then the other year, and they focus on this. It's not as good as probably like Season 1 of the show, but it's still very good. They continue the plot of Invincible and, his family as well as, his father, and it's still very good. I can't wait for Season 4 of this. It's still an action-packed, bloody adventure. And we'll see how this thing goes on. It's not my favorite animated series of the year. There's actually going to be another one I am going to mention. But there's a lot of great animated series that I have to put on my list. And this was one of them. Next is Pantheon Season 1 and Season 2. This actually came out years ago. I didn't know anything about this, but apparently it's about like tech and AI and stuff like that. So it's very much akin to what's happening today. And it's a little complicated at first, but Season 1 to Season 2, this actually came out years ago, but it was on AMC. It came out on Netflix. I watched it. It was a big surprise for me. But it was a really good animated series. A little complicated at times to really understand, but I had a really good time with this, and they ended it with Season 2. I think they were trying to do Season 3, but then I think there was a death with, I forget the actor's name, rest in peace. He was, I think in Dune, and he's been a pretty good actor for the most part, but he was the voice actor for this, who was the Apple CEO at the time, or the creator? I forget his name. God, I'm blanking on the name. But it's just like based on his character, but being super, super fucking evil. And it's like now akin to like how the tech companies are just like being super fucking evil. So very much akin to what's happening today, and a very good series. I definitely recommend. Next is Wednesday Season 2. Very much anticipated sequel to Wednesday Season 1, which was really great. It's definitely not as good, of course. I mean, this is the kind of the trend with, sequels nowadays, not only with movies, but with TV shows and video games. They have a lot of hype, but then they end up being good, but nothing great. They'll never top the original. And that's what happens with Wednesday Season 2. Still very solid TV series. There was some, I guess, different things with the plot that I didn't like. Focus on different characters. One character in particular, but I did like it. I did have a good time with this. Definitely had some, very much mystery, detective vibes, and I can't wait for Season 3. Let's see how, this show ends up being, and I like Tim Burton's direction with this show. I do like it a lot. Next is Peacemaker Season 2. This one started off a little weird. I wasn't really a big fan of it, but the thing is, James Gunn does keep me interested no matter what the project is, and Peacemaker is that. Season 1 was fantastic. Season 2 is a lot different. It definitely explores more so the, multi-dimensional thing. But it was still really good, really solid, and James Gunn's writing and direction is always really interesting. Does it with Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, and also Superman. John Cena is in like the lead role and ends up being just a fantastic actor. He's not the greatest of actors, but he's like a really good action hero. Very much replacing The Rock for me, because The Rock is like overused in fucking everything. But John Cena, when he's in stuff, I'm actually fascinated. I want to see what this guy does. Next is Gen V Season 2. I didn't expect this to happen. This is kind of to hold you over for The Boys Season, I think 4? I don't even know how many seasons they have at that point. That should be really fascinating what the direction they'll do with that. And that's coming out 2026, yeah. So we'll see how that goes. But Gen V Season 2, did not expect it, but it ends up being still really good TV series. I like Gen V Season 1, was definitely a big surprise, and Season 2 is still pretty good. I liked it quite a bit, and it's definitely like not, I think it's even better replacement to The Boys in my opinion, because The Boys kind of is just, it's just obscene for the sake of it, or violent for the sake of it. Doesn't seem to like have just any oomph to it. But Gen V Season 2 also has that to a certain extent, but it's still very much fascinating to me with these kids, and I want to see the connection with them to The Boys. Next is The Has-Been Hotel Season 2. Super anticipated, sequel to a legendary, Season 1, which was fantastic. Huge surprise, and easily my favorite animated series of this year. Focusing more on the V's, like the other villains for this show, and focusing on heaven and hell, and you have these musical aspect to it. And usually I hate musicals and stuff like that, but they incorporate it so well, so unique. The songwriting is fantastic, and they also did like a Broadway, which I watched a little bit of that, and they did a fantastic job with that. I really need to finish that. But I always liked the songs for Season 1. That were fantastic. I think they were much better in Season 1 than Season 2. But still a fantastic animated series. I can't wait for Season 3 of this. It's drawn a huge fan base now at this point. For me, it came out of nowhere. But, Season 1 was fantastic. Just, I love the shit out of it. And Season 2 continues that trend. And I think they also released on Amazon Hell of a Boss, something like that. I've watched a little bit of it. Not as good as Has-Been Hotel, but still, entertaining nonetheless. I like the animation. I like the voice actors involved with this. I mean, it's just a fantastic, really interesting series. Really fascinating characters too, yeah, I must say. Next is The Mighty Nine. They finally have the animated series. They're starting it. And I'm as a fan of Critical Role. I mean, and now they're doing Campaign 2. They still haven't finished Legend of Vox Machina. That's going to come out in 2026, I think. That's probably going to be the final season, and then they're going to focus their efforts on Mighty Nine. But I was hoping they finish Legend of Vox Machina first. They do 2 more seasons, finish that, and then do Mighty Nine, but they're jumping right into Mighty Nine. It's still really entertaining. It's not as good as Legend of Vox Machina. We'll see as it progresses, but I do like the introduction of how they did the characters, not just put them all together and just fit them all together. They explore each of the characters, and then slowly but surely they join together and join forces. It does have just a cliffhanger towards the end. I wish they kind of did a better job with that, but they're setting up for Season 2, of course, so there is that. So it's a Season 1 of the show. Had a really good time, really interesting characters, and I want to see more of their backstories and stuff, so we'll see that, and I can't wait to actually watch Critical Role as well as the Mighty Nine, just to see how it compares, because I always do that with Legend of Vox Machina. Watch the Critical Role, see how much it compares, and for the most part they do a pretty damn good job. So I want to just see how they do it with the Mighty Nine as well. Watch that, all those YouTube episodes, and see how it compares, and I'll be sure to do that, so I can't wait to do that as well. And the last show is It Welcome to Derry. The first episode was fantastic, was just whoa, it just blew me away. And then it just slowed down quite a bit, 3 or 4 episodes. It was slow and boring as fuck. But then it picked up and became really interesting. So this is essentially the prequel to it, and the ending really saved it for me, because Before then, it was just like, I was gonna put this on the worst TV shows, to be honest, because it was just so boring and derivative for me. But then it picks up, and I actually did really like it. And having Skarsgård back as the perennial role as It Clown, you know, the It Clown or whatever you call it. But yeah, it was just a fantastic TV series. So I just wish they did a lot more with just making it more interesting after the first episode, because it really fell off for me. Now let's get into worst TV shows of 2025. First, starting off with Devil May Cry. Made by Adi Shankar. It was mainly not even focused on Dante, but I forget the female character at this point. It was so forgettable. Who was just a complete fucking asshole, and focusing on her, this female cop or whatever her name is. She was terrible. She was the main focus of the show, and they tried to make just. I hated everything about this show. The animation seemed to be good, the action seemed to be good, but then it just goes into focuses on her instead of fucking Dante of all people. So I'm not really remotely interested in season 2 or future seasons of this, because it was just absolute dog shit with Devil May Cry. It was really bad. I thought they would do some really good things with it because of the success of Adi Shankar with Castlevania. That does not seem to be the case at all with Devil May Cry. Next is The Last of Us Season 2. We all kind of saw this coming, but we wanted, I guess, more from this. But so this splits off as Last of Us Part 2, but it's Part 1 of Part 2. That's confusing as it is. So Season 3 is going to focus on Part 2 of Part 2, the other half of Part 2, and they try to rewrite it as much as possible, and they did just a bad... They just couldn't save it because of the bad story from the original video game. I am curious just to see how it ends with Season 3, but I think they'll probably do more after that. Squid Game Season 3. What a way to end Squid Game, on a fucking failure. So many plot holes, different plot lines, and they just killed off the main character, and they're setting up for American-centric and I guess different countries for Squid Game, and it's not going to be remotely interesting, and they just really just didn't know what to do with this shit. It should have just ended at Season 1, be done with it, but because of the success of Season 1, they had to do more with it, so you win some, you lose some. So that's why we get these sequels, derivative sequels, and Season 3 was easily the worst of Squid Game. Next is Alien Earth. I wanted to put this on the best list, but unfortunately, the ending was abhorrent, and then the beginning was, like, the first half of the show was so fantastic, and even the 5th episode too. And then it just fell off a fucking cliff, man, focusing on these synths instead of the actual fucking alien. And they're setting up for, I guess, alien invasion and stuff like that, aliens breaking out and all this other stuff. But yeah, it was just, man, it fell off a fucking cliff. Definitely check out my review for it if you haven't seen it already. Next is The Witcher Season 4. I mean, we all expected this one to fail too. No longer Henry Cavill, but instead you have Liam Hemsworth. He was fine in the show. He was honestly one of the best parts of the show. But other than that, there's not really much going on. It's just a mess with the plot, the story, even the characters too. They still don't, like, Siri is... The best part was seeing Siri's friends die, honestly. Oh god, they were fucking terrible, the rats. And they even have, like, a show dedicated to them? Like, who the fuck is gonna watch that? So Siri was a mess. Her characters were... I mean, her friends were also a mess, and they were thankfully killed off. So guys, that was my favorite TV shows and worst TV shows of 2025. Let me know yours in the comments section below. Do you agree with me? Do you not agree with me? Just let me know all in the comments section. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel, Django Fett, and I'll see you, my fellow Mandoin, brothers and sisters, next time. Ooh, yeah.